Yo, thank you. Thank you so much for watching Trilogy Sports. I'm your boy Rich. And again, guys, thank you so much for all your support, man. It's really been an amazing ride doing this. And I hope to continue to do this for many more years to come. Who knows? I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Mine was filled with love, laughter, of course, food. And I hope yours was the same. But we had an eventful day on Thanksgiving. We had some NFL games, and I just wanted to say to everyone that the Lions suck. They are the worst team to probably ever be in the NFL, and they need to be banned from Thanksgiving because they ruin Thanksgiving every year. Same for Cowboys. The Cowboys are awful. They're one of the worst teams in the NFL too. They're absolutely atrocious. Terrible football team. And the Bills played the Saints yesterday as well in the final game, and really not much to say. Bills stomped them as I predicted. But I expected them to beat the Saints. They're still trying to find a way post Jameis injury. But let's get on Detroit. Let's get on Detroit head for a second. Detroit's terrible. Like, I thought they were a bad team, with a lot of young pieces, a lot of new pieces, and a rookie head coach, and a coaching staff that's still trying to find its way. I just thought it was growing pains, but no. This football team is horrible. Not only are they inexperienced for the most part, they are also just not good at football and not good at calling football plays. This team is terrible. Dan Campbell has to go. It's so many things wrong with Detroit. I don't even care about the game because, look, Chicago won on the field goal. Like, Chicago's not great. Let's be honest. Chicago had a head coach who thought that they changed locks during the week. Reports came out that he could have been fired. Nagy's been on a hot seat for pretty much 2 years straight. Chicago, not really all that impressive. Nothing really to talk about is Chicago. I just want to talk about how just horrible Detroit was. Like, they had offensive penalties. I mean, you start on 1st and 30, and then the play calling. You're 1st and 30, first of all, because of holding penalties is bad enough. But you already was at midfield. And, get enough yards, kick a field goal. You're probably not going to get the first down on 1st and 30. But you can at least kick a field goal, get in the field goal range. And that actually would have probably saved the game. Who knows? But this team's Detroit on 1st and damn 30 throws the ball. Of course, Jared Goff throws to a running back like he did for the 100th time for the entire game. Only gets about 4 yards. Then on 2nd down, he throws a screen pass, loses 6. So now it's 3rd and 32, and you run a draw play. Don't try to get any yards. Don't try to be just a little aggressive and try to get your field goal. No. You run a draw play that gains probably an inch, and then you kick the ball back to Chicago. Just horrible. Like, just terrible. And Dan Campbell calling plays is awful. He's a terrible play caller. The Lions are even worse than we thought. Like, you can tell Dan Campbell and Jared Goff, you can tell that Dan Campbell's philosophy is to make Goff feel comfortable. And the play calling really situated around Goff getting easy passes to the running back. But you can't do that for the entire game. You can't, I'm pretty sure Dan Campbell's like, just take your hot route, take your safety valve, throw to the running back, and then, we'll catch him over the top. And they did a few times, but you can't build an offensive game plan around that. There was no ebb, no flow. There was no scheme. There was no scheming amidst a mismatch. It was nothing. It was no real creativity. I mean, the offensive line obviously couldn't block for it, you know. It was just... Lions are bad. And then defensively, when you absolutely need to make a stop, this is the game sealing drive. You absolutely have to make a stop, and the offense of Chicago doesn't even need to do anything to get a first down. Like, what in the hell, bro? Like, Detroit's bad, man. Aaron Glenn literally went berserk on the sideline. I guess there was a misalignment, or someone didn't know what the play was, or guys were just kind of overall confused on who's guarding who's covering who. And, you know, you call a timeout. Aaron Glenn calls a timeout. Only thing is that they already had called a timeout. They had just got done calling a timeout, and they called a double timeout, which is a penalty. Yeah, you give the other team extra yards because it's just the complete lack of preparation, it seems like. There is no excuse for you to for a timeout to be called. You called a timeout and you're not ready with a play called for when you get out of that timeout and you force yourself to call another phantom timeout. This is, you know who else is a bad team? The Dallas Cowboys, man. They are, you know, Danny Green said it best. They are who we thought they were. But they didn't get let off the hook. The Cowboys played the Raiders on Thanksgiving, and again, just defensively, I don't know what to say. They are completely undisciplined on defense. And the Raiders really took advantage of it. The Raiders, smartly, you know, the guy Anthony Brown, the cornerback, it was like, okay, we've seen that he's playing, he doesn't know how to play us man to man. If he's matched up on someone, you know, more likely he's gonna draw a penalty. And, you know, after him drawing one or two penalties, the referees are going to automatically kind of look at him to see if he's going to commit another penalty. So, rightfully so, you know, Derek Carr attacked him. And lo and behold, he pretty much won the game off Anthony Brown's pass interference. Dallas cannot... They are such a front runner that it makes me sick. Like, if they're playing a bad Giants team, if they're playing, you know, Philly on, you know, at home, and Philly's not, you know, having an up and down season, they're not particularly great themselves, they can front run, and then they'll score and, you know, get up and, you know, inflate their stats and look like they're a good team. But against just good teams or well-coached teams, more often than not, they lose, you know? Thanksgiving, for all intents and purposes, the momentum the lack thereof that the Raiders had coming into this game, no question, Dallas should have been able to, you know, beat them decisively. But no. Dak had numbers, but I don't really go off numbers. I go off kind of film, and I go off moments. Like, there are just, it doesn't matter if you threw for 300 yards in a game, if on a crucial third down, you don't get that third down, and that plays into the domino effect of why you lose the game. They just lack overall discipline. They're not well coached to beat good, well coached teams. They're not there. They're not there. You know, they're talented, of course. They've had talent for nearly a decade and a half. Dallas is doing the same thing. Every year, we talk about Dallas as being one of the most talented teams, top to bottom. And they still got ways to go before I consider them a contender. Saints, Bills, ain't even nothing really to talk about. I'm gonna be honest, bro. The Bills is just not one of those teams that is on my radar right now. I don't really think the Bills is on anyone's radar because it's like, okay, we get the point. You're talented now, so when are you gonna win something of significance? Like a significant playoff game. So I think the Bills, as good as and as talented as they are, all their accomplishments are gonna go to the wayside, and no one's not gonna really care about what they're doing until playoff time. And then it's like, okay, you know, we already know that you can be good during the regular season. You have talent, and you know, and Josh Allen's one of the better young talented quarterbacks in the league. We get it. Now, what can you do in the playoffs? What can you do when a championship is at stake? Nothing really to talk about with the Saints, aside from the fact that they just need Jameis back, apparently. With Jameis, they 5-2. Without them, they can't win a ball game, it seemed like, you know. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for helping my channel grow. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking the content. And again, get at them. Have a wonderful weekend, guys, and see you very, very soon.